What is going on, everybody? Ryan back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about an issue that I feel like is not talked about much in the fishing world, and that is money and cost. So today it's not just going to be about talking about money and how you should spend your money in fishing gear. It's also going to be a review for a rather inexpensive rod and reel that I picked up a couple of years ago that I have had tremendous success on, and I'm talking like I've actually caught most of my bass on this rod and reel. Um, so let's just get started. Fishing, the industry has it's gotten pricey. I mean, that if you want a good crankbait, like one that'll actually catch fish, you're most likely gonna pick up one that is anywhere from $7 to like $15. And like the one of the most popular jerk baits on the market is the Mega Bass ITO Vision jerk baits, and they cost 25 to $30. Whopper ploppers, good $20 you can spend on just one whopper plopper, and the biggest banger of them all is our bait casters, like bass fishing bait caster reels. Like I they're just so expensive, and the companies ask for so much money for them, that it's really bogus. Like, I mean, they like most of the lose reels that are coming out this year are legit like $300. Like I mean, there are some cheaper lose reels out there, but they're just not good. Like the Lose American Hero, I fished with it, and personally, it wasn't my favorite. It was kind of awkward to hold, and the drag system just totally just lost itself when I went fishing with it for the first time. So let's just, I mean, you need to be wise about what you choose to spend your money on when it comes to fishing gear. Um, I I mean, I have a lot of fishing equipment, but truthfully, I would be fine with having one tackle box full of crankbaits, spinnerbaits, buzzbaits, walking baits, frogs, and like terminal tackle, and then like a couple of bags of Senkos off to the side. Like, I could live off of that, like legit, um, because you don't need a lot to go fishing. You need a rod, a reel, and then a handful of lures. Um, please don't go out and buy some of the Mega Bass lures, cause you can buy like the Mega Bass square bill. What's it called? I forget the name of it, but there's a Mega Bass square bill that's $20 when I could buy a Strike King square bill that's better for $7. And the jerk baits are $25 when I could go out and buy a Rapala Husky jerk for like $6. Um, there's alternatives to buying more expensive baits, like many YouTubers that I've seen, like they're advertising baits that are like crazy expensive, and I just feel like it's unnecessary and it needs to be talked about. So you get a Cabela's gift card, you can buy, like, if you get a Cabela's gift card, I mean, go ahead and buy some expensive lures, but if you're just, out there and you need it to pick up a couple lures before you go out on the water, get the cheap, inexpensive stuff. It'll do you good. Many people believe cheap fishing gear, it's not going to do you good. Generally, I mean, I see where they're going for, but, you know, yeah, it'll catch fish. It always catches fish. Um, and reels too. Like the bass fishing reel that I use the most is the Garcia Black Max, and I don't know if you know this. It's a $50 bass reel, and I have caught salmon on that reel. I've caught legit Chinook salmon off of that reel, and it still works great. Oh my god, those reels they work so well. People are like, oh, it's a beginner's reel. Like, if you've never fished a bait caster before, then you need to pick up that reel because it's a beginner's reel. I've seen pros fish with that reel, so it's a good reel, and it'll serve you well if you decide to get it. And the same goes on like Amazon. One reel that I've been looking at is like the Pifsicon. I actually think Jigging with Jordan. He did a review of the Pifsicon reel, and it's 30 on Amazon. The retail price is $32.99, so it's $33 for a bait caster. The Quantum is a great company. The Quantum Pulse reel, I have one, and it's really good for flipping and pitching. It's got a really nice. It's got like 5 ball bearings, and it's really nice. It's really smooth, and it doesn't need a lot of maintenance. And the what's it called? There's a bunch of bass reels on Amazon that are like legit below $40 that do wonders. Like they're really good. And the same goes with rods too. The Berkeley Cherrywood rod is one of my favorite bass fishing rods, and it sells for $22. You know, I do want to get some favorite fishing rods, which, oh my god, those things are so expensive, but that's going to be like a Christmas gift. Like, actually, I'm never probably going to use my own money to buy a favorite fishing rod and reel. I mean, the cheap stuff that's poor quality, it works so well, and I've caught so many fish on it. And time and time again, I'll go back and I'll rebuy another one of those rods and reels because they're so inexpensive and they do their job. And on that note, here's a rod and reel that I picked up at Cabela's. This is it's upside down. Well, this is the Garcia Black Max reel with the Cabela's Pro Guide IMG, IM6, sorry, I was reading it upside down. Bait casting reel, I generally have 14 to 20 pound test line rigged up on this reel, and this reel does a very, very good job of fishing crankbaits. It's one of my favorite crankbait rods because of it's a very fast action, and the tension system on this crankbait is just really good for hooking into those bass. Like, not very many people know this, but certain reels, like, they're designed for certain ways to fish. Like, I mean, I can flip and pitch with this reel all I want, and it works fine. But personally, it's a better crankbait reel because it's a faster action, and the drag system is better for setting a hook on those crankbait fish. It's, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really nice. It can take a beating and it'll still stay intact. So that's the Abu Garcia Black Max reel. If you don't know how to fish bait casters, you press this button right here. You swing it out there, and then you click the handle, and then it just starts reeling it in, starts cranking it in. This is a reel that I would recommend getting. And then let's talk about the rod. The rod is okay. I mean, I've always had a little bit of issues with the Cabela's rods just because the quality is not the best. And yeah, it's a cheap rod. I'm probably going to get that a lot in the comments. But it's a cheap rod. It still does its job. I mean, I like fishing with like Shakespeare stuff. Like the ugly stick bait caster is really good. It's an ugly stick. Everyone knows what those are. It's got this nice pistol grip right here. It fits very well in my hand. That's actually probably why I like this combo so much, is it just feels so good to hold. Because, I can fish this setup for 8 hours straight and my hands are not going to get sore. Like, it's a great rod, it's a great reel, and, you can pick this combo up at Cabela's for $80. That's all I'm going to say. So for 40 for the reel, 40 for the rod. It's a great buy, and I would suggest getting it, especially if you are a beginner. Like, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it is kind of a beginner setup because the tuning is very simple on the reel, and the rod is just, it's a 6.6 medium heavy, which I feel like is just the perfect bass fishing rod to get because, it'll pretty much do everything for you. So, that's all I got for you guys today. That was the quick review on the Pro Guide and the Black Max, and I want to, tell all you guys, don't worry about cost when fishing. You can honestly go to Cabela's and get a lure and some line, and then be set. So, Yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one.